Hey, everyone, and welcome back to the Audacity Podcast. I am one of your hosts whose voice likes to be out here like a $2 crack hole,
Literally.
Julian of Julian Create,
I don't
whose
know. I feel
voice
like the
decided
$2
to show
Costco is more dependable.
look, because $40 is $40.
Listen, because she gonna show up, okay? She gonna show up. Your
And
voice,
mine is bougie and decides when it wants to or not. But
your voice is
today,
like an escort.
look,
Yeah.
look, it's giving very much Findom. Like if you ain't paying the right amount of money, it ain't coming.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
what it's giving. That's what it's
It
giving.
is.
But today, it decided to be saved and get his life right with Christ. Now,
Mm.
tomorrow, I think it's just doing that to get with the pastor. I don't know yet. But I'm Julian of Julian Creates. And who am I speaking with today?
You know, um, keeping it drama free. We're just gonna keep it drama free with just Aaronica Cole.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And I think we have somebody else with us
I know.
today.
Listen, Julian, when I tell you that, I feel like I have been itching to get this man up on this podcast, like
Look,
itching. Like, I feel like actually Frank, I was introduced to Frank actually via you and around the same time that we started the podcast, and you were talking about him, and I was like, who is this? And then I went and checked out Frank, and I was like, well, if isn't this the finest specimen up on Instagram streets? And then I got the honor and privilege to meet this man when he came to Atlanta. And I was like, oh, so it's not just for photos and for video. Not only is he brains, beauty, brawn, he's also funny as hell and extremely talented. So, of course, without further ado, we have the one and only Frank, aka the Empty Bobbin Society, in the studio with us on today.
Hello, Aaronica. Your $20 is on the way from Venmo.
Oh, yes, we
look.
love to see
And
it. We
I'm
love
the
to see
one
it.
left out again because they up here meeting and then FaceTiming me, surprising
Yeah,
me.
a
I
little
mean,
And I'm
surprise,
just like over
surprise.
here.
you were farther away than Atlanta.
I
I
know.
mean, I was.
And he
I mean,
should have been here.
Yeah, you should have. But
Yeah.
it's okay. I still
mhm.
love you just as much.
Hmm.
I don't believe it, but it's okay. It's all right.
And also you buy my merch, which is great, and Aaronica doesn't. So it's fine.
Oh shit. Oh my God. Is that what we're doing today? Wow. Wow. I would also just like to highlight that my spare money goes to these expensive ass kids.
How
You know what
many
And
I
is that?
mean?
and the dog.
And you
Who
know,
eats cats?
Hmm.
I'm currently still beefing with Bear. Like I don't identify as his mom right now. He
Ooh.
has consistently been put out of my office because not only did he eat that hat, but
Yeah.
then today, as we were going through sewing lessons with Bo, and I to mark seam allowance, right? I use washi tape and I have like a special Ankara washi tape. And I was like, oh, because I was taking photos of Bo as he was sewing. And I was like, I'm going to use this really cute black Ankara washi tape. Why did that shit end up in Bear's mouth? I was
Mhm.
like, you know what? I'm so sick of you in this moment.
Mm.
So sick. Don't
Mhm.
claim him right now. Them cats, I claim them.
Wait until your dog eats a whole $20 bill, and you have to wait for it to come out.
I don't know if we're waiting. You know what I'm
Wait
saying?
until your dog eats a whole tub of Vaseline.
Oh,
That's fun.
oh, today he ate butter. So
That's fine. I mean, I eat a
Well,
lot of butter, so it's fine.
oh, well,
listen,
blessings.
I'm about to ship Bear off to one of his uncles. So
Not me, not my house.
he
Mm-mm,
gonna be
not
right
it.
up there with cousin
Mm,
Coco. Okay.
Not-
mm, mm, mm.
You gonna
And
be
and
fussing at Coco and Bear. Go outside. Leave me
and
alone.
they,
Go sit down.
look, and they will both be in somebody's cage. Like, go sit down somewhere. Go sit down. Don't
Little
please.
does Kizzy Nama send Kizzy her dear Barrington. Cause listen,
Very look. As
Barrington is not
she's
being
living her best life with her
Barrington.
with the new wigs and everything like that, and just
Hmm.
coming out looking like who this
Listen, keeping us
and
on our
posing
toes.
on top of sewing machines and whatnot. I'm like, okay,
I said, okay, girl.
because it
I
would
don't
be
know.
my ass that tries to balance on a sewing machine, and you just see the whole thing go splat, and I'm out of luck. Even though, I mean, of course, in the
I
past
think,
week I have bought now four.
I was
wow.
gonna say it's totally fine because you have 75 million sewing machines. I think you can afford to lose one.
But
Ooh,
here's the thing. You know
that's
what, Frank?
pretty
I was trying
hard.
to get Julian to just ship me one, and he was like,
Oh, I know. I heard.
I was like, Julian, just go ahead. And he was like, but
You
at first
are
he was like, oh, well, I'm gonna just put this, I should just send you this one. I was like, you should just send me this one. And then now it's turned into, you see how he's playing with his hair
Julian is the Thanos of sewing machines. You're just collecting them left and right at this point.
at this
I'm
point.
because there are some Infinity Stones I still need. And I
Yes.
now no, I did just get one. So
So there you
um
go.
and I will tell it because I got it last night and I'm super excited about it. So it would randomly showed up on Shop Goodwill. It is a free Westinghouse, either LZ or JZ. And what that is, it is a West German made Anchor rebadged as a free Westinghouse. Anchor was a very high quality sewing brand, very similar in age to Bernina 117Ls and different things like that. So it has needle position and zigzag and stuff like that, very early model, but they did not sell a lot. So there's not that many. And I got it for like $80.
All I hear is that now
Okay.
you have a box that you can ship me my machine in.
Oh, I wouldn't trust a Shop Goodwill box to ship things in. Now I'm just saying
Mm-mm.
Damn.
that's not what you want to ship in. But also, well, it might be over. It might be over by the time people hear. There is currently a Brother Dreamweaver XE for sale
Ooh.
with 11-inch throat space in the blue for like last I checked, it was like $245. Just FYI.
Wow.
Since
Okay.
since I'm buying all the machines, I'm about to enable everybody.
Not you being but we stand for an enabler.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't feel bad.
Not Frank talking about some, no, we don't.
I I'm selling fabric to make more money. So I'm not out here buying sewing machines.
I don't know. Well, at least you're not selling something else. So, a
You
win is a
know,
win.
Look,
that has not left my brain.
when I tell you, I've thought about starting an Only Seams.
And only
Only seams.
sewing barefoot and trying on clothes and
listen, I keep trying to make
alterations
my
on
OnlyFans happen with my husband. I was like, babe, I really just feel like people would pay to like watch you do my toes. I'm just saying, like, I've got pretty feet and you have fantastic hands. Like, your nail beds are wonderful. Like, all I'm saying,
Yeah.
I feel like it's a
and no face,
niche.
no
You know what
case.
I'm saying?
Like, why,
No
yes,
face,
I
no
would
case.
love to run this silk chiffon ombre through my toes for you for $300. Yeah, sure.
Did you say that you wanted a picture? Or did you need video? You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, what do
Hmm.
we need?
Yes.
Although
And I
I'm
can
not gonna
send you the
lie,
yard of fabric after.
and I can send it.
Yep.
And there will be
Yeah.
no toe jam because we
Mhm.
wash in between our toes, right?
Yes.
But no,
Um,
cost more for toe jam because people sometimes like that.
okay.
I'm just
Uh-huh.
Well,
saying.
I have never experienced toe jam in my toes
No.
because I've been a consistent in between
So
my
what
toe
you do is
washer.
you make it.
Because
You make it.
unlike some people in the world, we wash our legs.
It's
Well,
true.
there's that. But
Um,
again, there's some people who will pay for
dear
extra
listener, I want you
prep.
guys to know that while Frank might seem racially ambiguous, he's not.
I am a proud biracial individual, half Mexican, half German.
He is a Mexican, okay?
I am a Mexican with the language of a Mexican because I don't really know Spanish. So it's okay.
But with the washing habits of a Mexican.
There is a loofah, there is a washcloth, and
Come on, sir.
there is a
A back
bar.
scrub.
And we
Yep.
love it. And we believe in
All
it.
three. All three.
We love to see
It
it.
makes it makes me so happy.
Meanwhile, some of these
Y'all,
people are just using the bar and just raw dogging the bar on their body. Like, no.
First of all, raw dogging a bar on your body is crazy work. Okay.
I mean, look.
These straight men out here in America,
Okay.
putting the bar in places where it does not belong.
The crazy thing, right? Before we get into our Am I the Asshole, is that
Yeah.
I have read where like women have been like, my man says that he doesn't wash in between his butt because he says it's gay.
Mhm.
I would much rather be with a
These are
gay
the same people
man.
who don't wipe
Yeah, no, no,
correctly
no. No, please, please.
and don't use
Yes.
anything wet back there.
No, no, no.
And,
No.
and then
Please.
you be out in the store and be wondering why people be itchy and scratchy back there just picking for
Mhm.
gold.
Just nasty. Okay.
No.
Julian, am I the asshole? Because I'm like, we will
Ah!
stay off topic, okay?
Y'all. So again, y'all, because we have a special guest, we thought we would look and scour Reddit for
Scour.
Am I the Asshole? And we
I'm
found
s-
one.
I'm so ready.
So, would I be the asshole
Mm.
for not sewing a tablecloth my aunt is bringing from Kenya that needs to be hemmed? For context, I am a professional cosplayer. I've sewn many costumes and projects. Due to this, many people in my life asked me to do all of their sewing alterations and making costumes. I had to start saying no to everyone because I work full time and I'm busy sewing my own stuff. I make about, now this is crazy work, 3 to 5 costumes a week for
Oh
myself.
no. Wow.
I'm like, where you find the time for that? People who sew know that this is a crazy amount of costumes, especially with only sewing during my free time when I'm not working. It sounds like she on some booger sugar or something to do this.
Not on
Ain't
book.
no way. Ain't no way that you can 3 to 5. Well,
That's a
I
lot.
guess when I think of cost, I'm thinking of historical. So it must be like maybe like more spandex, jumpsuits, and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
maybe. Okay.
So, okay.
But
My
also,
aunt,
how many costumes do we need? Okay, you
look,
know what? Don't let me digress us.
neither here nor there.
Yep.
So my aunt called my mom because she is staying with us for a few days. My mom let me know. My aunt asked if I could hem a tablecloth that she got in Kenya. My mom already told her I could do it without asking me. I have to work that whole week, and I doubt she will reimburse me for materials. It is only a straight stitch hem and would be very easy to sew, but will still take up time, obviously. She called my mom instead of me, knowing my mom will make me do it. I got mad at my mom for promising that because I'm busy. My machine has been snagging fabric a lot lately, and I'm nervous to hem it in case it snags and rips. I feel bad after I got mad at my mom, but she always signs me up to do sewing stuff for other people, and I'm expected to drop everything and do it. I don't get paid for materials. I pay out of pocket for them, and I sew for free. It's not about the money, but I do feel disrespected because of everyone taking advantage of my sewing skills. I get that family does a lot for me, and that is why I feel bad about it. I want to know if I'm wrong for not wanting to do a simple hymn. Now, because there has been some added context. For context, my aunt does send me and my brother gifts every birthday and holiday. My mom and dad bought my sewing machine and paid for my materials in the beginning. I've always sewed for them because it was my way to pay back what they have put into it. But now I feel I have done enough and I've paid for all the sewing for about 4 years now. My sewing machine was over $3,000, so she got a nice one. And I
But why is it
always
snagging?
That
that
part.
I'm like, honey, you need to change the needle. And I always kind of felt bad. My parents spent that much money on it, so I always let them push their projects. It was a Christmas present. I also want to add that if the roles were reversed, I would want her to help me. I just feel like she went behind my back and my mom needs to stop volunteering me without asking. I'm thinking I might try and compromise by asking for money. Not a lot, but at least enough to cover materials because my mom did tell her I would do it and feel bad ripping the rug out from underneath her when she thinks she can count on me to do this. I also feel like the asshole if I ask for money. Thoughts? There's a lot going on.
So, so much to unpack. So much
Mm,
to unpack here. Let
mhm,
me, okay, let me start by saying number one, that my views on this are very quick and unfiltered. So, but two things can be true at once. You
mhm,
can feel disrespected by being told that
Mm-hmm.
you can do it, not knowing what your own personal time restraints are.
Mm-hmm.
You can feel disrespected. That feeling is valid.
Mm-hmm.
mhm.
And also, in the same breath, if you are used to cranking out 3 to 5 full ready made costumes and you can't hem a simple tablecloth, you just didn't want to and just say so.
That part.
That part.
Like
Yeah.
asking for money is redundant at this point.
It is. Because what
Because,
materials?
yeah, I'm asking for money for the materials. What materials? You already have the
It's thread.
tablecloth.
Right.
It's thread.
Right.
You're asking for thread, which is not that much money compared to the 3 to 5 costumes that you apparently make per week. Now, again, multiple things can be true at once, right? So, if your machine is acting up, just say so.
Yeah.
Like, okay, if Aaronica said, yeah, Frank can make that shirt for Julian, and I couldn't, I would simply say, hey, I'm so sorry. My machine's been acting up. I have to take it to the repair shop to get it serviced. It's going to take me longer to do that. If you need to get it done sooner rather than later, find someone else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But there's the mountain that she made out of this molehill is insane.
Yeah. I just feel like more people need to be able to stand up and be like, hey, I don't feel like it. But also, I think that she needs to address the boundaries because I feel like I agree with her that I do feel like that's a violation. And like my conversation would probably be like, hey, mom, can you please stop signing me up for these things? And
Mm-hmm.
if they're asking you, simply redirect them to me because I know what my workload looks like, or I know kind of what my week is looking like and whether or not I can fit that in, or I can find a different time frame for them. But at least I would have the opportunity to have the conversation with them about when they need it by, right? Because,
Yes.
if they need it by next week versus in 2 months, then yeah, we got some different things that we can talk about and some different ways that we can fit it in. So I do
Yep.
feel like that's disrespectful to volunteer someone's time without knowing what they have going on. I do think that
Yes.
it's ridiculous, this notion of charging, because what you said you're charging for materials, not necessarily time, but you're charging for materials. I also feel like it would be ridiculous to charge for time too. Especially knowing that your family does show up for you. Now, if it was just like some rando on the street that does not ever show up, or it doesn't feel like there's an opportunity for reciprocity, then okay, yes, we're charging, right? Like, again, I think that time, place, and there needs to have that conversation, but I don't think that there's anything wrong with protecting your peace or establishing boundaries so that way you can make the proper time. But I also feel like we have to stop um beating around the bush for when things simply don't work for us. Like a simple no is okay.
The word no is a complete sentence.
Yeah.
So in reading this, especially because Kenya is throwing me off a bit. Because I'm now wondering if this is like an African family, because just the way
Oh,
that the
probably for
dynamics.
sure. Yeah.
So then that adds a whole nother layer to it that I
Yeah.
think we have not fully discussed, especially around boundaries and parents and
Mm-hmm.
elder relationships and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'm wondering about that. But also there are so many other ways that you can do this. I mean, if it is just a simple, if you don't just get some hem tape and do that,
If you don't stitch witchery and an iron, like get it
yes,
done.
yes, that. Or I mean, if you were doing that many costumes, you ain't got a surgery. You can't do a rolled hem.
And if you don't have one, get the one that Julian just made.
I mean,
Oop. I know that's right, Frank.
there's
We
that.
love to hear it.
There is that.
Come on. You
Um,
better come and put that plug in.
right. So there are so many different options here.
Yeah.
Yes.
And like, and I'm wondering if you're doing that many costumes, probably your thing is snagging because I'm like, are you changing your needles or like have you serviced it? Because if you're doing 3 to 5 a week,
Yeah.
you've had it for at least 4 years. Like, are you servicing your machine? Are you
Yeah.
oiling it? Have you
'Cause
fully cleaned
baby,
it?
a $3,000 machine, she gonna get ashy and have an attitude. So you better make
Yes.
hmm sure you oil her.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
As
And
I Brenda, because Brenda will be like, excuse me.
I'm done.
Mm-hmm. But that's
I'm
step
done.
that's
You
step
do
one
this.
that's step one that I don't think a lot of people fully get is that your machine, while not as expensive as a car, needs to be serviced like a car.
Yes.
You need
Speak
to
on it,
take
Frank.
care of it. You need to change the needles. You need to check the bobbin tension all the time. You need to oil it. You need to do all of these things. It's maintenance. And if you're producing the content that you're saying you're producing, you need to
Yeah.
honor the commitment that you made to your machine, as stupid as that sounds. But you need to treat your machine with a little more respect than I feel like you're giving it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because also if it's starting to snag, it does you a disservice by not
Yep.
servicing the machine.
Right.
And
Because
it does your work a disservice.
yeah.
Yeah.
But in
Yeah.
the way that you're talking about snagging, I'm like y'all know I love to troubleshoot. But
Yeah, because I'm
y'all
over
know
here like, what is it snagging on?
You know
it's
what
either
I think
go
what's
ahead.
happening is maybe some bird nesting on the underside.
Mm,
And that's what I think, because it would show on a hem if it's bird nesting, if the tension is loose, if the timing is off.
Yeah.
Your machine needs to be serviced. And
right.
again, two things can be true at once. I feel for this person. I don't know what they identify as. I didn't. Did we say if it was male,
I don't
female?
know.
Doesn't
I
matter.
think no.
Um, but I don't know if I feel like maybe they jumped the gun a little bit by um, just kind of throwing it out there that they feel disrespected. You
Yeah.
can be. I fully agree with you.
Hmm.
But also, I think it's a little bit on this person to not maintain that lifestyle of costumes that you are making.
Yeah. Because I'm like 3 to 5. I mean, babe, there's not that many cons. What are we dressing up for?
I mean, but
Because also let me know because I'm trying to be there. You know, I want to
they did say
celebrate.
professional. They did say it like a professional cosplayer. So I'm wondering, like, are you just doing like, is this for content or something? But I'm like, what characters that requires this many?
I mean, I know multiple professional cosplayers in the scene that do multiple cons. You're not making 3 to 5 a week, but I could be wrong. I will happily
Yeah.
eat my words if I am wrong.
Right.
But there is a popular, we're talking very popular cosplayer who dresses up as princesses. She is amazing. I love all of her work. Uh, Her name is Chelsea Gentry. She's in Dallas.
Hmm.
She is not making 3 to 5 costumes a week
No.
because her stuff is so detailed and so well made. It blows my mind, and I love everything that she does. But again, if you are doing, like Julian said, if you're doing spandex, if you're doing cat suits and jumpsuits and all of those things, well, then yeah, it's a different story. But also,
Right.
if it's a different story, then why don't you have a serger to finish some of the seams?
Yeah. Yeah.
There are like I think we're missing things, but I would point it to the audience, y'all. What do y'all think? What would y'all do? And I think there are so many layers here, especially when you think of cultural respect and reverence and
Mm-hmm.
effort and all those pieces, but also how you taking care of your machine, and all these like there's just so many different things, and we want to hear from you.
Yeah.
Leave us a comment. What do y'all think, and what would y'all do?
Yeah.
Yes. I want to hear about it. But now it's time for us to get into an interview with Frank. Okay. So these now, okay, this is the moment to like chuckle with Julian about, right? Because when we started the Audacity, we were like, oh, we're gonna do monthly interviews. We're excited. We've had one. Okay. So judge someone else. Okay. We're not
Judge
doing
a
that
mama.
here.
Judge a
Right.
mama.
Exactly. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, dare I say, I feel like the chemistry that Julian and I have, I feel like we do such a great job, which is the two of us, that we don't feel pressed to have as many guests as we thought that we would want to have. We still love having guests and we are bringing them back. But also, y'all heard in the last episode, life has been lifing. It has thrown us off kilter. We need guests who are flexible along with us and like that will slide into our DMs or allow us to slide into their DMs and be like, hey, can you do today at 7? You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? That's kind of where we are in life.
Mhm,
Again, save your judgment for someone else. Okay.
mhm.
But not only do we have Frank's interview today, but we are also jumping into some of the drama that has been going on in the sewing community. And in fact, the whole idea of bringing Frank in, outside of the fact that I have been like stalking him for like a year to have him on, was also because of Frank's sewing experience, right? So these are going to be some rapid fire questions, some rapid fire preguntas for my boo thing Frank, okay? So we want you to answer top of mind. No long thoughts.
Oh
We want
God.
it to be top of mind, first thing that comes to your head when I ask the question. Are you
Okay.
ready, Frank?
As ready as I will ever be.
Okay, so we're going to do the rapid fire question and then we're going to have you do your intro so that people have zero context for how you're answering this.
Oh God.
We love it. I know, it's so fun. They've got to stick around, right? Begin with the end in mind. I love it. Okay, so what does audacity mean to you in the context of creativity and crafting?
Um, um, I'm sorry, I have unmedicated ADHD, and so this is okay.
Welcome to the podcast. We all
Right,
do.
all of us.
Yes. So, okay, so to me, what was the question one more time?
What does audacity mean to you in the context of creativity and crafting?
The ability to make or do anything involving my creative mind and my craft that I could set my mind to.
Okay.
Like it.
Okay, we like that.
I'm not confined by rules.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I like
I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, can
So
you
can you
recall? Oh,
go ahead.
no, go for it, Julian. I was like, is he
Okay.
gonna do it? But go for it.
So can you recall a specific moment that you took a bold creative leap? What was the outcome?
It wasn't a creative leap per
Mm,
se, but it's the time that I went after the current job that I have, and I took the leap and I went to Dallas because I live in Dallas, Texas, for those that are listening. Um, and I took the leap and I came here and I interviewed and I got the job, and I had to leave my entire family behind to move to Dallas to pursue my dreams. So that was the biggest hurdle for me in terms of leaving people behind and doing me
hmm
on what I wanted to achieve, the things that I wanted to achieve, the things that I wanted to make, and the space that I wanted to do them in. I knew that I had to take a jump, and I knew that I had to take a leap, and I had to trust myself, trust my instincts, and hope for the best. And so far, it's paid off. So
I don't know why that has me like a little choked up and like brimming over with pride for you because like
Yeah.
I also feel like I was going through that with you at that time.
well, and
Mm,
I've been in this game for 20 years.
yeah.
I've been sewing for 20 years, and I'm only 29. Um, but I've been sewing since I was 18, and I'll
Yeah.
be 39 in August. So
Yeah.
I've been doing this for such a long time, and to finally, after 20 years, land the dream gig, there's something to be said about doing it on my terms
Yeah.
versus doing it some another way.
Yeah. Oh, good. Chills, chills.
Love that. I love
Yes.
that.
How does sewing serve as a form of self-expression and audacious living?
It's in regards to the first answer, which is doing it by my own rules and not
Yeah.
somebody else's. I think I learned later in my sewing that I can make whatever the fuck I want to make.
Yeah.
And
Love it.
I don't have to do what is expected of me.
Yeah.
And this can be a further discussion at a later time, but I'm expected simply because of my gender to make certain things, and I don't do that.
Yeah.
I I this is a controversial yet brave statement. I don't like menswear.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like
Mm.
it. I find it boring.
Yeah, well, there's that. That's
I
not
I don't
brave.
I don't see shape. I don't see anything. I got into sewing because I saw women on the TV be beautiful, and I wanted to make women that beautiful.
Oh, I love that.
So menswear was never and probably will ever be in my mind. I admire and I bow down to people like Julian who make beautiful menswear. It's not for me. And the more I try to tell myself, oh, I'll be more well-rounded if I make menswear,
Yeah.
the more it just doesn't, the shoe does not fit no matter how much I cut off my toes, no matter how much I stuff my foot into it. the shoe just does not fit. And I just learned that that's just not me.
Yeah. Mm. Which is
And
crazy because like I've seen some of the stuff that you've made and I think you did a
including that
fantastic
lace
job.
shirt you just made
Right. Like
that I
I'm like,
love.
I feel like it's
It's and see for me, again, controversial yet brave statement. I find it just a
meh.
shirt.
Hmm. I can see that.
Give me a corset, give me a an Elizabethan gown, give me a Victorian ball gown with layers of ruffles and all of this. Give me bridal, give me that. To me is so I get a full dopamine rush
Yeah.
off of creating those things.
Uh-huh.
That when I made the shirt, the most interesting thing about it was the fact that it was see-through and you could see me through it.
Which,
I
is
Which
get it. Yeah.
encouraging for the people.
which
Yeah.
isn't, but that's not why I did it. I did it
Right.
because I saw the piece of lace fabric and thought, oh, that would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is such an interesting take.
And
Yeah.
honestly, when I first started sewing, that was my goal, was to focus on women's wear and couture sewing.
Hmm.
Um, and I can tell you how, like, I think I maybe have sewn two dresses. No, maybe five.
And it's so it's and I promise we'll get to the next questions, I'm sure. But it's so weird um that that's where people place me.
Yeah.
And the look
Mhm.
on their face when I go, no, I just make women's wear. They're like, but why? You're a man. And I
Yeah.
go, yeah, I know. It's called Christian Dior for a reason.
That part. That part.
It's
That part.
Valentino for a reason. It's
Right.
Tommy Hilfiger for a reason. It's Mark Bauer for a reason. Like
Mhm.
it's
For
Zach Posen for a reason.
right.
Yes.
It's Christian Siriano for a reason.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
all of these men do make beautiful menswear pieces than they have, but their primary focus is women's wear, and you know them for women's wear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very true.
This is
And
not one of the questions, but this conversation does lend itself to this question. As you're creating women's wear, are you creating women's wear for the women's gaze or for the men's gaze?
my sole focus has always been to make women feel the most beautiful that they can be.
Okay.
I
That makes
don't des- I don't design for I certainly don't design for my eyes. I want it to look beautiful.
yeah.
Um but I've dressed size 0 girls and I've dressed size 24, 26 girls
Hmm.
and everything in between because I'm that talented and I know how to.
I know that's right. Come on, sir.
Come
Come
on.
on,
Come
sir.
Um,
on.
Come on, sir. He said
but
because I'm that talented. Hmm.
and it's just it's just what I'm good at.
Yeah.
And so I've always wanted, at the end of the day, if I can be known for one thing, it's that I've always wanted to make women the forefront.
Hmm.
I was raised by beautiful, strong, I'm not going to cry. I was raised by beautiful, strong, independent women my entire life, between my cousins, my mother, my sister, my 96-year-old grandmother. Like, why would I not honor these amazing women and make it for somebody else?
Hmm.
No, I make it for women to be beautiful in, or for anybody that identifies as a woman to be beautiful in. It's just,
Hmm.
it does me a disservice to do it another way.
Yeah. I love
I love
that.
that.
I love that. So the actual next question was, what challenges have you faced in your creative journey and how did Audacity help you overcome them? Which I feel like is actually a perfect question for where the conversation was going.
Um, those same challenges, the the need, or the feeling of or actually no, not the feeling, the expectation to do this because I'm this,
Hmm.
and I don't subscribe to it. I don't.
Do you ever
So
have like the imposter syndrome of maybe I shouldn't or maybe this isn't?
I have imposter syndrome, and God bless my boyfriend. Oh my God. My boyfriend, Chris, is literally one of the most amazing men that I have met in my life. And I'm so glad I met him. I get imposter syndrome even after 20 years in the game.
Yeah.
I get imposter syndrome often.
Mm-hmm.
mm,
I I suffer from anxiety. I've suffered from depression before, some of it involving my sewing, where something won't go right that I've done thousands of times, and my brain fires off that I'm just not good enough to do it.
Mm.
mhm.
Even though I've done it multiple times. But that's when I put the project down and I walk away from it and I sleep on it and I come back and it's fixed. So
Well,
9 times out of 10, it's because I didn't sleep and I need to go to bed.
Facts. Because
that's real.
rest, right?
Like
Yes.
that's
Rest is transformative.
it
Yes.
really, really is. It's taking a step away from the project that's causing you stress or causing you grief, putting it down, taking a breath, drink a glass of water,
Come on, water.
and and step away from it.
Yeah.
And if you can't physically step away from it, like sometimes it happens at work,
Mm,
I can't just step away from the table. I can't just step away from the shop. Like
Yeah.
I have to keep going. I have to find a way uh to silence the monster, to silence the brain, and we have to keep going. I can't tell you how I do that because sometimes I don't even know. I just do it.
I love that honesty.
Yeah.
so can you share an audacious craft or crafting or sewing project that pushed your boundaries? And what did you learn from it?
Oh God, the first corset I ever made.
Mm,
The very first one. Y'all, I thought that it was the best thing since Betty White and sliced bread. Like you couldn't tell me nothing. And then I realized and I learned more, and now I see the photos and I'm like, you're fucking stupid. That was bad. Like that was it was just terrible. I didn't use the right fabric. I didn't flatline it with the right things. I didn't line it. I used the wrong boning. I used the wrong eyelets. And after doing it over and over,
mm,
again, practice doesn't make perfect, it makes progress.
Mm-hmm.
And now I have a mentee, a person that I mentor here in Dallas. They live in Denton, and they sent me a DM one day about they just had a question about their sewing, and I'm like, cool. I love answering questions about sewing. I love it. It makes my day. And it was just a random. I don't know what the question was, and it has turned into this amazing friendship. And I've met them, and I met their boyfriend, and it's just a rewarding experience to share knowledge that I have learned over the 20 years so that they at 19 don't have to
mm.
take the same amount of
Yeah.
time that it took me to learn it.
Yeah.
Like, because I didn't go to college for this, I don't have a
Same.
degree.
Same.
Mm.
Like, so it's
Look,
if it doesn't take this person, Colin, so long, then it's worth it.
Right.
I
Yeah.
mhm.
will happily share knowledge. I will share industry secrets if it doesn't take you as long as it took me.
Yeah.
Because I'm not over here pulling up the ladder behind me. No,
Part
we're not
that
doing that.
part.
We don't
Yeah.
gatekeep over here. It's just y'all.
Yeah.
Leave
And
the
people have
doctors.
stopped us before we signed some of these contracts that we signed.
Oh,
Yes.
not to mention the contracts. Ooh.
Stop.
And so it's really obvious that you're really passionate about sewing, and really passionate about creating, really passionate about what you sew, what you create. Um, how has that influenced other parts of your life?
Um, Oddly enough, I keep them both very separate.
Wow. Okay.
I've they're not complete 180
Yeah.
differences. I'm not passionate about sewing and then think my family is stupid. Like those
Mhm.
no. My family is incredibly supportive and they're my biggest fans and they love my work and I couldn't ask for better family.
Yeah.
But I my studio is a separate room in my apartment. I don't take work home. I I can shut the door to my studio at the end of the day
Yeah.
and forget about it.
Right.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
then I turn off that creative side of my brain because if I kept thinking about it, I would go insane.
Man, how do you turn it off? I don't know how to turn it off.
I read,
Hmm.
um, I veg out on the television and watch Netflix. I'll watch Great British Baking Show for no reason.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I completely zone out for a quick second and then I do something else. I run, I go work out, I go shopping, I do so many other things to the point that it's a little detrimental because I'll forget about it.
Mm.
And I'm like, oh shit, you have that dress to finish. Go in there and finish it. Like, so I turn it off and sometimes I shouldn't.
Gotcha. He
We
says sometimes
understand.
I shouldn't.
Sometimes I
So,
shouldn't.
look, as a person who's only sewn once in Lord knows how long, but that's another conversation. So what advice do you have for listeners who want to infuse more audacity into their creative endeavors?
Listen to yourself.
Mm.
You know what is best for you and your craft.
Yeah.
Mm,
At the end of the day, you have to be okay with it.
Yeah.
You have to go to bed at night feeling fulfilled in what you've made, feeling
Hmm.
fulfilled in what you've created, feeling fulfilled in the progress that you've made, and where you're doing it or who you're doing it with or whatever.
hmm
If one of those answers is I don't know or no,
Yeah.
you need to fix it. And for me, the audacity of it all is the unabashed opinion that I could start over at any time.
Hmm.
mm,
I could do this in Dallas. I can pack up everything and move to Chicago and do this. I
Yeah.
can pack it up. I know people in Los Angeles. I can go over to Los Angeles and do this. I have the audacity of and and Julian will probably agree to this. I have the queer audacity that I can do anything I want.
I love it.
So
I miss that gene, and that's the problem with me. But
I found it later in life. But my audacious nature is there are no rules. There's no there is no right. I'm going to say that there is no right way to do it,
Because we're about to get into that.
with the caveat of there is a wrong way.
oh,
Ooh, I
there you
like
go.
that. I
There,
was
There
like,
may
let,
there you
not
go.
look, let me write that down. Let me write that down.
somebody tag girl with the notebook. There is no right way, but there is a wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
hmm
Because
hmm
she's
And
ready.
hmm
What?
yeah, exactly. Exactly. And those are your rules. Those
hmm
are yours to figure out. If you want to make a Victorian dress out of ripstop nylon, go for it.
Come
Go
on.
for it. Do it. I believe in you and I will fully support you and answer any questions you may have along the way.
hmm
Why? Because who am I to tell you how to make your own stuff?
Yeah.
Who am I?
Come on, Frank.
And
Love it.
there are too many people in the sewing community, not the two of y'all. There are too many people in the sewing community that we have given a platform to that are telling people how to make their clothes with what material
Ooh,
and how they should be finished, how they should be photographed, how they should be sold, how they should be. That works for you, that does not work for everyone. And the moment you start pushing your own not policies, because this isn't politics, but it pretty much is.
Agenda.
Yeah.
Agenda. It's
A
an
death
agenda.
agenda.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when you push your own way of doing things onto someone else who doesn't do them the same way, that why?
Listen, somebody done gave Frank a mic. What?
Look,
The
I love
mic
it
is hot.
because you saying things that we can't say, and I
Well,
appreciate it.
because at the end of the day, and this is another controversial take, we are not doing anything that is saving the world.
You mean we're not doing like brain surgery?
So you mean to
we
tell
are
me doing that him ain't gonna save Aunt Glotilda?
So you
no.
mean to tell me that if I don't press every single seam, somebody will
Now, wait a
not
minute.
pass
Cute,
away?
cute,
I
cute,
could
cute,
give this is
cute.
we're gonna test the censor bar because I'm about to say this one sentence with a lot of expletives. I don't give two shits if you didn't press your fabric at the end of the day. You can't afford an iron? Cool.
That's
I
fine.
don't great. I don't care. Why? Because who am I to tell you how to do your craft?
And we come to the craft for different reasons and for different things.
The craft calls to us for different reasons. Who
Come
am
on.
I
Come
to
on.
tell you how to do your job?
I feel like that leads us perfectly into the next discussion, but we're not going to skip over Frank giving an introduction to who he is and why he has the audacity to say what he just said. So, Frank, go ahead and give us like your 60-second rundown of who Frank is and what Frank does.
The full pop your shit moment. Thank you.
Yes. We like
Yes.
we want your brag sheet. We want to hear about all of the excellence.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, my name is Francisco Mena. I am the one-man show of the Empty Bobbin Society on Instagram. I've been in the game for 20 years. I'm a custom corset maker, historical costume maker. I work for the Dallas Opera as a draper and cutter.
I work for the Dallas Opera, baby.
Come on. Slight drop. There you go.
I'm also an actor. I'm a singer. I was nominated in 2023 for one of the best actors in the city of Houston.
Come on.
So long story short, I have the talent and I have the experience and I know what I'm talking about.
There it is.
Boom.
There it is.
Boom.
The mic has not been dropped. It is still hot because we still have things to discuss, which leads us directly into one of the things that was going around as far as a hot topic on Threads last week was that ironing is elitist. Now, when I first saw it, I was just like, this is crazy. The notion that we're labeling it elitist is a little wild, but also the notion that we're shaming people for not immediately pressing and things like this. Now, I put myself onto the flame when I say this because back before the pandemic hit, when I was on the Love to Sew podcast, I embarrassingly said that I didn't believe in ironing. Now, I will say that I said that because I am someone who started out sewing knits. I did not start out sewing wovens like people, like many people. So I was coming off of a serger, and when you are sewing knit fabrics and it's just not as necessary to sew in between, to press in between every single seam. It's just not necessary because we are not using a sewing machine, or at least I was not using a sewing machine, right? Did I press at the end of my projects? Yes, if I felt like it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I said that on a very popular podcast, to which I would like to rescind that statement because while I do not press all of my knits in between, I do press my wovens as I see fit. But the whole notion behind everything being done one way, or there's only one right way, which I like to bring up what I did write down, because Frank, aka Francisco, please get the name right, said there is no right way, but there is a wrong way. And I definitely came onto Instagram and tagged my boo thing Frank because I was like, I'm interested to know what Frank has to say, because why? Because Frank sees the guts of a lot of things and he works with woven fabrics, right? And so I was very interested, of course, in this take. I definitely brought it to Julian as well, but we're going to get Frank's hot take on this drama that was afflicting the sewing community.
And well, first, let me start by saying that I removed the Threads app from my phone because I cannot keep looking at it. From political
Valid.
discourse to sewing discourse,
Mhm.
I can't keep looking at it anymore.
Mhm.
So I removed it. But the simple fact that just because you don't iron your seams somehow makes you less than, I y'all, that is asinine behavior.
Yeah.
Let
Or
people live.
are
Let
people
people.
mad that you do iron and so it's elitist if you do iron? Or
Yeah.
I think do what you want. Why are we doing this? And
If
I'm saying this as a person who has irons that cost more than most sewing machines.
yes,
I have I have irons that cost almost $3,000. Honesty. Yes. Okay.
I told my husband that, and he was like, "What does the iron do?" I said, "Well, it's Julian."
I
yeah.
mean,
I said, "It's like anti-gravity. It's for astronauts." I don't know what to
I
say.
mean,
Mhm.
it's micro misting, kill cells, all that good stuff. Um, but it's up to you. And honestly, it's up to the fabric and how you want and literally, like I think people forget because like I post pictures and I'm so tired of people giving me tips on fit and fix this wrinkle. I'm like, do y'all not realize I don't care? I sew
Also,
because I
clothes
want to
wrinkle.
sew.
That's why I don't even like working with linen because no matter how much you press it, wrinkled in gauze,
Right.
linen and
Or
gauze,
like
they gonna stay wrinkled.
if I sometimes just want to sew. I don't
Yeah.
care if it fits or not.
And
That's
here is my
literally it's
confession. I just got
meditation.
an ironing board in my office for the first time in 4 years.
Hmm. Now, did I judge her? Yes, I did.
I mean,
I
I
did.
had an ironing board, like an actual board.
I still judged her. We had a conversation, but that was off podcast.
Like,
hmm hmm
but the notion that it's somehow elitist or classist to be like, oh, you didn't iron your seams. All find go touch grass. Go touch grass. There are better. I'm a gay man trying to survive in America. I don't care that you
Look,
didn't press your seams. I don't
look,
care.
I feel like we should celebrate that they're seams.
and they're holding together.
You
Listen, because
ran
yes.
you ran that through your sewing machine and it did not snag, pun intended. If it's a look, I'll tell you right now, on a mock-up, I don't press my
No,
seams. Why? Because I'm about to pinch them and take it in anyway.
yeah, no.
Like
Yeah,
the the community, which is another reason why I'm not really a part of it. Um,
an outlier. We love it.
sometimes y'all, this community is toxic,
I think
and
we
and
are
and
doing better of creating a better space over here because, like,
yes,
all this drama, my black ass business. It's a look.
I
I
feel
I
like men, and I feel like what I'm going to say is going to sound like it's a little sexist, right? But I feel like the men in the community, y'all don't get afflicted with as much drama because there's not nearly as much catered to you, right? So, um, like again, we're going to move on to I feel like let's do the lore PR drama first.
but
But like
also I will say that you've been in my Facebook group and there be drama and
listen, they be mad because somebody up in there showing a thong and I'd be like, "Oh, what pattern is that?"
child,
but
I
if
child.
I
like
can,
so
but if I can quickly piggyback on that comment, we're not involved in the drama because we are not invited to those groups.
oh, come on. Come on. And that's the other thing is right because I don't want to say that you're intentionally left out because, and here's how I feel about it. If you are a pattern drafter, right, and if you are a professional pattern drafter and you have been trained in pattern drafting, you should be able to draft whatever numbers I give to you, whether that is coming
Yes,
from a man or from a woman,
yes,
right?
Because it's
Um,
just numbers and
right,
shapes.
because they're numbers, right? We know that pattern drafting, pattern grading is math. And if you can
yes,
do the math on one with one set of numbers, and if you are marketing yourself as a professional, right? you should be able to take those numbers and whatever numbers are given. If Julian, you give me your numbers and Frank, you give me your numbers, I should still be able to draft a t-shirt for both of you if I am marketing myself as a professional pattern drafter and grader, right?
Yes.
Because the math is the math. Plots are going to be
Yes.
plotted, right?
Yes.
I feel like and not everything is for everyone, right? And I say that
Correct.
as a plus size bodied person. If they don't want my money, they don't want my money. I'm not going to grade outside the lines. I'm simply not going to do it, right? Just
Yep.
like if you're not going to show my body and you're not going to show my size, I simply will not support. Why? Because if you want this fat ass money, then you should show my fat ass up on your website. Simple as that. It's as simple
What's
and
that?
complicated as that, right?
Yep.
Um, but because there are not as many people who jump into drafting for men, you guys are not privy to the drama, right? And it's because there are just not as many designers for men, which for me is frustrating because even though you guys think that sewing for men is boring or it's not interesting, I love being able to sew for my husband because he is 6'4" with a wingspan of 7 feet. And so it's hard for him to actually find things that will make it to his wrist. Like the first time he had a hoodie that hit his actual or went past his wrist bone was because I made it for him.
Yep.
Right. And so for me, I love being able to adorn the people that I love with creations that I have made, right? Because that's what it is. It is truly a gift from love, right? Like so,
Yep.
and I love it. My husband has done nothing but support me. He is more supportive than my Fabletics leggings, and that's a lot of support, baby. Okay, and so I like to return that because he's invested in me in time, energy, money, and so I like to have that return. And he's been getting it more and more into style, right? And I
Yeah.
love that, like I've been able to influence that. Right. And I love that he will listen. Let me tell you something. I walk into the room and he will have Julian's videos up. So I love that he's taking his his own style seriously and watching how other makers are doing it. So I would love it if we had more designers that centered or even just simply included male designs, right? Or designs for um male presenting people, right?
Mhm.
I would absolutely love that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you guys are not privy to it. Part of me is like, I wish I wasn't either. Like,
Yeah.
just make stuff that is fat for fat people or for
Yeah.
short
But
people
then
or for,
also
you know what I'm
too,
saying?
some people are inserting themselves into
Ooh.
conversations. Like literally, I need you to go. Like there are so many other things that are happening. It feels
Mhm.
like the extra divisiveness and division right now. I'm like, why? Why are we doing this? Literally,
Why?
this is self-care for people, and we're already losing so many. Like it's been chipped away. We're seeing so many. We're losing brands. We're losing places that we can go. I mean, literally, I keep on. I'm like, I can't go to Joann's just to walk around
Just I don't need to buy anything.
for inspiration. Like
Hmm.
I would just go to walk because I'm bored. And that's how I would be inspired.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never been inspired by 87 yards of polar fleece, but
I
okay.
can't,
Now
that's a
we ain't
lie.
walked through that part of the store. Now keep it cute. I ain't that crazy.
And also,
But
Frank, you know that you were absolutely inspired by that plaid, or
look,
that Batman, or that like random ghost polar fleece. You knew that
you
you
was
were like,
loving
I
that
can't wait.
platitude. You know you was.
I have some of that platitudes. However, it is the platitudes brushed cotton, and I
Ooh,
still have it.
Hmm.
he said he was saving it for a rainy day.
Look,
Mm.
look. I was looking through my stuff and I found some of that Eddie Bauer fabric they had. I was like,
Yes.
hmm.
I do kind
They
of wish
have
that I had gotten some of that juicy couture before it shut down, though.
look.
Mhm.
There was some good stuff, or like or just even going to thumb through patterns and
Yeah.
stuff like that is how I gain inspiration.
Hmm.
And
Yes.
can I draft my own? Yes.
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 Do I have patterns out the ass? Yes.
Yes.
Do I
Hmm.
have all the books? And
Yes.
I say all the books.
Listen, I just put more books on my bookshelf back here. All of those are sewing, style, and fit related.
Yep.
Looking at my shelves right now, most of them are pattern drafting books from
Hmm.
anywhere from I have Japanese, I have Korean, I have German, I have
Hmm.
all the things. I don't want to do that sometimes. Sometimes I want it done for me. I just want to cut it out.
Yeah.
Now,
Yes.
as we're talking about visibility, also think of everybody is not wearing oversized. I don't need 20 inches of ease around my chest.
Just like not everybody is trying to be wearing a paper sack.
or look like they're a sister wife.
I don't belong in a field.
It's
I
a
don't want to look
it's
like it.
at the end of the day, it's just another V-neck tunic top.
Look, look. I'm trying.
Yeah.
Look.
Which leads us to, if you were to test a pattern that is new,
Hmm.
what do you feel like it should be the expected time of that test?
Um, 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay.
Okay.
Julian,
Paid or unpaid is the question.
unpaid. Well, or maybe, well, no, unpaid.
So probably 2 to 3,
Okay.
closer to 3. But paid,
Mhm.
you can require more.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
So now when we talk about payment, are you talking about affiliate sales or upfront payment?
Upfront, like
up
no. You
front.
need,
Okay.
yeah. And I'm not asking for $500-$600. I'm asking for maybe at least cover the fabric that you're asking me to make this out of.
Okay.
Yep.
That's such an and listener, we would also like your input on even that payment option, right? And so this is actually not the question, but I do want to put this in that I actually prefer affiliate sales. And the reason why is because if I, as a content creator, create the content, like, and I pull up my like to know it app because I'm on reward style and I know that everybody is beefing with Etsy, cool. I am beefing with them too, but they are an affiliate within there and I get paid from all of the patterns that I refer there. In
Hmm.
any given month, I'm making between 3 and 4 figures or upwards of almost 4 figures from my affiliate sales simply by just sharing the link, right? By sharing
Yeah.
the pattern that I'm wearing, which is way more than I would earn with an upfront payment. So I'm putting that into you guys' ear as well as to dear listeners' ear
Right.
that if you are with Reward Style or if you're like an affiliate for say like Made for Mermaids where I design for, we offer affiliates. If you are an affiliate and you do YouTube and you share or and you do these things, make sure that you're using your affiliate links because you can earn way more than an upfront payment could possibly offer you. And you have the ability to host sew-alongs and have people buy through your link. Or after you've done the sew-along, now they see what it looks like on a real body. They're like, must have, right?
Hmm.
So that is an opportunity to earn even more. So just offering that up as just a bit. But
Yeah.
So, and I think with that, so in talking about that, like I'm thinking of a both and. So I'm thinking
mhm,
of, especially for testing, if it is $25 to $50 to
mhm.
cover fabric costs with that opportunity for affiliate sales, I think that is an equitable way to do it.
Yes, I
Yes.
agree.
So
Yes.
I think that's the balance there. I'm not
Yeah.
asking for like $150 or something like that, unless you're
Yes.
getting multiple garments,
Right.
Hmm.
like a whole collection of patterns or something like that. That's different.
Yeah.
But there be that opportunity for affiliate sales, especially if you're using my pictures and stuff like that in your like likenesses or something like that in
Yeah.
perpetuity.
Come on,
Then
perpetuity.
we
Yes.
need to have a larger discussion. Yes.
Contract verbiage.
Hmm. Hmm.
So listen, the internet went, or not the internet, the sewing community also went a little, there were some words that were shared because Lore PR. Now, I am a very big Lore PR fan. I have been in her tests before. Um, and I do enjoy her patterns because I do think that she brings something different to her patterns. We aren't seeing the same things that we see out there, right? Like she does not have a raglan. Okay.
Hmm.
Um, but she shared that she doesn't think that her tests require more than 2 weeks. Now, I will be honest, because Laura typically does something that is out of the ordinary. I do actually disagree with her on this. And the reason why is because she's not doing a raglan. She's not doing a basic t-shirt, right? So I do
Hmm.
feel like because she's doing something that requires a little bit more complexity, she should give a little bit more than that 2 weeks, especially if people are working and you typically, depending upon the demographic, right? We might be sewing on the weekend or in the evenings. Like her tulip trousers are beautiful trousers. She's got like 3 different views. And I read through the instructions because I do own them. I bought them myself. And I was like, girl, 2 weeks? Absolutely not. Because I don't even really like to read tutorials, but I would have had to have followed that tutorial in order to get to where she was going with each of the views, right? And for the neurodivergence, depending upon how you process information, depending upon how you learn, it might take a little bit longer to fully digest what those directions are giving you, which is the reason why I actually disagreed with her on this. But the people did not like that she shared this. And I actually do like that she did share it because she's opening up the floor for discussion. But in it, she's saying she's not really asking for a whole lot of feedback. She's really just trying to get people to go through, follow the tutorial, put the pieces together to make sure that they get what they came for, right?
Yeah.
Not necessarily a whole lot of feedback on like design lines or anything like that, which honestly, as a pattern designer, I agree with, right? Because a lot of times when I'm going into these tests, and even as a pattern tester, they're like, oh, your feedback form. Listen, babe, if you have a question about the construction, put it in the question section, right? If there needs to be something explained differently, put that in the questions or the edit section. But if we're talking about design lines, I came here with specific design lines in mind, not necessarily opening that piece up for discussion, right?
Yep.
So I do
And I
feel
think that,
like with that, I understand what she's saying. And she's like, I've already tested this. I've already pieced it together. Everything has been trued up. We've done the lining up. I've done the professionalism behind it. I am giving you 2 weeks to sew the garment.
Yes.
But the people didn't like it.
so I think especially when you are taking up time for two
Hmm.
weeks of my like and not really giving me that, I get 2 weeks for things I get paid for.
Hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
especially if you just try to pay me in the pattern, but you want me to use my fabric and everything like that, that's
Okay.
like there is a balance of that. But then also too, then probably if you are working on such tight dynamics of timeline,
Hmm.
then you need to have a closed pattern testing group that you of testers that you know are willing to do this. Like you already have that relationship, they fit in within your size range and stuff like that, and you just asking for these pieces or something like that. Like that is going to be if this is how you want to do it, understand that I think, and I'm coming now again. Y'all know I work in public health philanthropy, especially on community power building and getting community input on things. So when you are doing this process of trying to get community input, then you cannot provide this tight timeline, or you need to better gauge your expectations of what you expect. If you are just, I think people need to say like, I don't want to hear nothing else, but how does this sew together? I'm not
Yep.
asked because this is not going to be I'm not drafting this for you. You are not the every person, and that you want a ruffle here or you want me to bring the neckline down. That's what you want for you.
Yep.
That's not going to work for everyone. But and I think what is happening, we're also not getting that in this process. But because you are doing these open call testing, and not everybody has been primed on how to be a tester.
Mm.
Yep.
I have a YouTube video for it if you need help.
Yes, you do. Because we've had this conversation. So I
Mm.
think there is like that. And I think that, are you doing some type of tester orientation of what is expected
Mm.
when you are
Yep.
doing this? And then you can also talk about timeline. I remember I did a test once and I did not make it past the fit. I'm like, this is a hot ass mess.
Hmm.
And I basically ghosted the company. I was like, I ain't doing
Damn.
this.
Yeah.
I it was bad. It was bad.
Not
I've
Um,
go the whole damn company.
I did. I don't
I've never been a pattern tester. I'll be honest with you. I've never tested a pattern for
mm.
anybody.
That's fine
But
because I'm gonna loop you in for when I move into my mail tests.
what I can tell you is, as somebody who used to do marketing, who used to do community engagement, membership development,
Mhm.
um,
Come on, credentials.
it is important that you set expectations from the jump.
Hmm.
Mhm.
And if you do not, expect people to say something about it.
Yes.
And just like you had said earlier, Julian, if those things aren't clear, if the orientation was never given, and you say, well, I don't think it should take that long. Well, you didn't say so.
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
I don't have that. I don't have that timeline. And
Yeah.
again, I don't know who this person is at all. I quickly grazed their profile just now. Uh, Beautiful gowns, lovely pants. I don't see why it would take a long time to pattern test one of her things, but that's just me. That's me.
So, and I'm gonna say this as on the side of drafting things for community or doing so-alongs and stuff for community,
Mm-hmm.
common sense ain't common no more.
Nope.
And you better act like everybody don't know how to sew
Yep.
and had never seen a sewing machine when you were creating stuff.
Like we are learning in this world, you have
Mhm.
to play to the lowest common denominator.
Look, and the denominator currently is in hell. I'm just saying.
That that is an opinion expressed by Julian of Julian Creates.
Sure enough is, and I'll stand 10 toes down on that shit. How about that? Yep, it's in hell.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you have to play to the lowest common denominator, and if your patterns are harder than that, it needs to be fully expressed.
Mm. Okay. Um, which leads us to the final piece of outrage of last week. And honestly, Frank, I feel like you touched on something that I think is almost most important here, right? Because of the setting expectations and setting a tone, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this week, or rather last week, apparently daughter Judy dropped a new pattern.
Yeah.
Um, when the new pattern dropped, um, there were a lot of comments because, again, she does not have her plus sizes back up on the website and things like that. Now, I have since muted daughter Judy's account for me because, again, like I said previously, if you are not showcasing or highlighting fat bodies, you don't want my fat dollars. So simple as that. Um, after after seeing the comments that came in, she then went on to her stories where she gave us a Joey Swole apology, um,
Not Joey Swole.
which then landed on her timeline in the form of a carousel. Um, and she then turned off comments after 48 hours
Mm-hmm.
because she had allowed a lot of fat shaming to occur, and as opposed to correcting people in the comments and continuing to take accountability for the frustrations of the plus size community, she in turn accepted the apology from straight size sewists who told her not to feel bad, as well as others who told her not to feel bad. um I have since checked out, but I am interested on you all's take as far as kind of how that went down. If you guys have opinions at all.
Like, so I checked out her profile just to get an idea of maybe what we're looking at. Because again, I don't know her. I
Okay,
don't know
Mariah
her.
Carey.
I don't know her work. I don't know a lot of people's work though, Aaronica. Let's like
I
again,
mean, you don't mind, and so that's really what's important to me.
I'm just trying to survive here.
You barely
Um
know. Mhm.
like so again, multiple things can be true at once, right?
Mhm.
These trousers with the little watch pocket, cute. Were these trousers supposed to be made plus size and that's not what we were given? Is that the case?
So what the case is that she has actually, when she first came out with daughter Judy, she was size inclusive, and on her original website it featured
Okay.
size, like her original branding was just this beautiful dynamic branding that was in motion, and like her models were in motion, like they were both fat bodies as well as thinner bodies, but there was lots of movement, and her photos really gave it girl, really gave trendy, really gave, oh, this is something different. And I honestly want to say that I think that Chelsea, who owns daughter Judy, is a fantastic pattern drafter. Like, she's consistently included plus size. But for the plus size community, it's very similar to what Target did to the Black community, right? Whereas Target made the Black community feel as though they were here for us because they had these programs that were uplifting Black entrepreneurs and putting us at the forefront and making us feel like we were cared about in a very similar way to what Daughter Judy did in the beginning, where she included plus size bodies from Jump Street, included plus size bodies on that website, included us and making us feel like we were it, like not something
Mhm.
to hide behind. She went through a rebrand, and in her rebrand, and I understand her wanting to photograph things in such a way that you could clearly see the design lines a lot easier, because when you're photographing in motion, some things can get lost in that, right? She wanted to use fabrics that were able to kind of show off those design lines, which also feel like that's super cool. When she came out with her rebrand, she only rebranded and came out with two straight size models under the guise of it was too expensive to have plus size models. As opposed to having one plus size model and one straight size model, she decided to go with two straight size models. She also consulted a firm that did not work with the home sewing community nor her target audience, thus leaving them out. Um, now I,
Okay, so and I apologize for
oh
interrupting.
no, no, go for it.
Um, so from what I'm hearing is that she rebranded in such a way that cut off a big portion of her target audience. Would I be correct in assuming so?
Yes.
Hmm.
Um, so that, oh, Aaronica, you may hate me. Um, that's her prerogative.
Oh
Hmm.
yeah, it is.
For
Like,
sure.
so that if that's how she wants to rebrand herself, then let her rebrand herself that way. If if now the issue comes in is if she touted all of this inclusivity and then didn't deliver on that, then that's the issue.
And that's where the issue lies in is
Okay, well
that
then yeah, then that's a issue, and throwing it as a guise of, oh well, plus size models were just too much money, then put it on a hanger. If you
well,
wanted to,
and here's the
if
other
you
thing is that people in the plus size community have said, I will model for you. Like you don't have to pay me. I just want to see my body represented. People even
yeah,
said, well, put up the old models. Like put up the
yeah,
old photos just so that we can kind of see that representation. Um, to which none of it has had any kind of response. And I think that the greater issue is there's two things that I will say that I think that is has consistently been talked about. And the first being one, that instead of using one plus size model and one straight size model, she opted to go for two straight size models, right? If you
Mhm.
couldn't afford all of these models, why not have two models that represent each of your size structures, right? Because she has
yes,
her standard size model or her standard size chart, and then she has her plus size chart, right? She only had her standard size chart represented. The
yes,
other issue that presents is that she set an expectation, which is why I said the marketing thing. She set an expectation with her audience that within a couple of months, she would have the plus size models up on the website. It has now been a couple of months, and she's still talking about thread colors and fonts. And her audience doesn't care about that because
hmm,
she, again, set it up so that we had an expectation. And
yes,
so now she's saying something. I think that she's saying something, and I could be completely off base with this, which I'm open to, but I think that she's saying something now because the plus size community has since said, well, we're not supporting until we see like our sizes represented.
Us. Hmm.
And if you
yeah,
want our dollar, then you should show us. To which her response has been now she's saying, okay, well, I will stop drafting and focus on getting the plus sizes represented. And it's like no one said to stop drafting, but you have another model that has been photographed and she is not plus size, she is mid size.
yes,
And so it's almost like again, and here's what I'll say about this, right? When we see the country go into more conservative Republican territory, right? immediately comes back the heroin chic look, right? And it's no longer about body positivity. It's about everyone should be thin. And it feels as though at the same time as like Target was like, oh, we're going to get rid of this DEI, we have seen others very similar to how Julian shared that we're seeing brands shutting down that are inclusive, that are crafting, et cetera. We're also seeing the same thing happen with plus sizes. We've also seen, even with the big five, if we even
Yep.
take a look at their plus size rollouts, they have been abysmal at best. In fact, since my designs are no longer being accepted for Nomi, we have seen 0 plus sizes come out of the Nomi fashion, like factory at all. Right. So we're consistently seeing the plus sizes drop off as we are going to becoming a more conservative country. Right. And when you started out as a plus size inclusive brand, to cut off that hand, it makes that
Yes.
community feel like it was performative
Yeah.
at best.
Yes. And I agree with you there. I
And what
100%.
I don't agree with, and let me just make sure I go on record saying this, I do not agree with the personal attacks that Chelsea has received as a result of her decision making. I do not agree with what she's done as far as a brand goes, because I am obviously plus size and I'm someone who enjoys her patterns as well as her drafting. But I do not agree with attacking her person, talking about her body, talking about her. I do not think that that's okay.
Oh no.
Well,
Again, it shows how, as a community, sometimes we don't know how to have discourse and we don't know how to talk
Mm,
anymore.
hmm
Um, and we see this a lot in crafting spaces. Let's be real about it.
hmm
Um, and we don't have any like common decency and couth, but yet we want to be different than
Common
the world.
decency and couth.
it's when and I had the words and I lost the words. But when you can't have discourse, what you're left with is derogatory behavior.
Ooh,
Come on,
let me write that one
write
down
that
too.
down. Write that
That was
down.
good. That was real good.
If you can't, it's in the if my dad was sitting right here, he would have said, if you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen.
Absolutely.
If if you've rebranded and you feel like that is something that you don't want to do anymore, then just make the statement and say that you're pivoting your brand and you don't want to
Mhm.
include those sizes anymore. Say it with your chest.
And also be ready for like take it on the chin when the consequences come, because literally for
Yes.
every action there is equal and opposite reaction. That is science. That's
But
what's
I
happening here.
but I also think, and this is the sewing community too, sometimes it's, well, you need to.
Mm.
No, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I actually don't.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to for your reasons,
Yeah.
but I actually don't have to.
And it's funny, I actually feel like that would be received more than
Yes.
the promise, or almost like
That's
the fetishizing of the plus size body of, oh, I love designing for plus size bodies. They're so fun. Okay, wait, that's weird. But also, if you quote unquote love it so much, then showcase our bodies. Right.
Yes.
right.
But if you are saying the plus size community is no longer your target audience, that's cool.
So
Don't lead the community on
Yes.
mhm.
and make it seem like it is when that might not be it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like even before Gertie expanded her size line, and I'm not even like a vintage baddie, but when she did not have her line that was expanded, I was like, cool. I'm not her target audience, so therefore I will not
Yes.
be purchasing. I'm not part of her Patreon. I'm not going to do any of this, right? And I think that that's fine because not everyone has to be a size inclusive designer, right? We see that
No.
often with different brands that are ready to wear. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also be honest. As
Yep.
Julian said, say it with your chest. You know
And
Yes.
what I'm
don't expect
saying?
my money and don't expect to like, and
Yeah.
I think the people who are, and this might be controversial, but we being controversial to this evening. The
All because of
idea,
Frank.
look,
What?
and look,
Look, it's
that
Leo season, so that's
look,
what it is. It's Leo season.
that influence. So I think what we are seeing and what is happening here is that when groups of people who are used to being centered
Mm-hmm.
historically are not, they are
Yep.
outraged. when they face not rejection, but just exclusion.
Mm.
Yep.
Then and then we see it up in arms. Oh my God, I can't believe this. When there's other groups and other marginalized and minority groups who have different looks and different shades, who have been facing this for a long time, and we're like, and keep it moving and find our ways to get around things.
Yeah.
We're in a
Yeah.
world now where literally what is being excluded is not just what has historically been excluded, and it's now being
Yep.
expanded. And people who have never experienced that in their life are up in arms in a way that they have never, like, let's be real. There are many gay folks when gay becomes a thing because that is their mantra of minoritization of things, and that gives them, that's their spice, and that's the only
Mhm.
spice that they have, and that's the only thing they have to rely and rest on. But and that then becomes like, you can't reject me or you can't exclude me. I'm like, but it happens, and there are other people, because you exclude them too if they don't look
Yeah.
just like. So I think, again, there then allows for a broader conversation, but a lot of times we are so stuck on stupid we can't have. And
Yep.
we forget all, like, it's like we've been huffing on something and we forget all of the IQ points that we need to have interpersonal communications that I swear we all learned about. This is why we need PBS, and this is why we need Sesame Street, because we learned about these topics and these things.
Mhm.
We have forgotten how to use them.
No, I think yes, some people may have forgotten about him. Some people just never cared.
Well,
Ooh.
there's that. There's that.
Some people got fed and they didn't think about feeding anybody else.
Ooh.
Mhm.
So that's
But
fine.
what
So
they're
then
saying is a
now,
hard ed makes for a soft ass, because they're now landing on that ass.
yes. And
Mhm.
when the ass doesn't have no cushion, it hurts.
Oh, wow.
So
Audacity podcast, y'all.
sorry.
Blame your genetics.
Like I'm Latino. I don't have to worry about that.
And he
But
said he
like,
don't skip leg day. I know that's right, sir.
Right. And he don't.
no,
And
I
he don't.
don't.
He don't.
I do not. But in the discourse of uh not just whatever this person, what is this person's brand name?
Oh my God. Daughter Judy.
Daughter of Judy or daughter Judy?
Daughter Judy.
Daughter Judy.
You
Okay.
know it, Frank.
Um I wish I didn't. I don't like the name, but that doesn't mean I don't like them. Um uh th- I I I let me say it one more time. I am used to it,
Mm,
so I just
Mhm.
don't participate in it anymore.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am not the norm in the sewing community, so
Right.
I'm used to being excluded.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I've gone to multiple events where I've been the only queer
Yeah.
individual. I've been the only man.
Mhm.
I've been the only, you know, white passing biracial Latino person there. Um, and there are people that don't want to come and talk to me,
Mhm.
that have
Yep.
said, "Oh, I'm intimidated by him," and I'm like, "What? Why?
I mean,
Why?"
I could possibly understand why they were intimidated by you. I
Yeah,
mean,
but at the end of the day, I'm stupid, y'all. Like,
or
like
super smart.
I think, and and again, while I'm learning, while I'm growing as a maker, I understand. Um, but I just don't associate myself with it anymore.
Yeah.
It used to really bother me that I didn't have a community to go to,
Mm,
that I didn't have uh spaces to go sew with my friends,
yeah.
spaces to go sew with like-minded individuals. Um, it used to really bother me because this is something that I love doing. Why can't I do it with other people?
It bothers me that you feel that way. And here's the thing, right? Like I also understand that Atlanta has a different demographic, right? Because
Yeah.
like we definitely, I mean, you met Jay,
Yes, I love
who
Jay.
who has been in classes with me and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
But and I feel like Jay represented this when you met him, that like he loves our studio and feels right at home at
Yep.
our studio. But it bothers me so much because I swear that Julian has said probably verbatim the exact same thing to me. And the fact that many of us have joined or started to sew, whether it was because we wanted to beautify someone else, like you alluded
Hmm.
to earlier, Frank, or you wanted to make yourself feel more beautiful, like myself, right?
Yeah.
Either way, we've come into this craft, into this, and I don't even want to say craft because I feel like when I say craft, it feels like a hobby because it's not. But we've come into this arena for the purpose of no longer desiring to be an outlier. Um,
Correct.
in a world, and you guys are still feeling like outliers. And to
Yeah.
me, that is so bothersome.
Well, and again, I am so while I feel that way, I'm not centering that
Yeah.
in my work.
Yes. I get that.
I'm here to be a little bit of joy on the internet in
Mm-hmm.
a world that is constantly having it taken away.
Mm.
That part.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So I can still feel excluded, but I don't center it in my work and I don't talk about it all the time because it's not, there are other people, there are other minorities, there are other people that need the exposure.
Mm.
Mm.
There are other people that need to be uplifted in the community besides my white passing gay ass.
Mm.
So it's redundant for me to keep talking about it, but it still happens.
Yeah.
But I don't talk about it because it feels like a pick me, but I don't want that. It just happens to me.
Right.
Yeah.
So it just is what it is. But again, I'm not going on my Instagram talking about it all the time.
Yeah.
I
Mm.
could, but I don't because that doesn't get me anywhere.
I don't know. I feel like
There's
I need
that.
to marinate on this some more because, I'm like, I don't want to be like, oh, I'm queen mother of inclusivity, but because of my natural nurturing, like ambiance that I bring, I like for people to, and here, I'm not saying that you don't feel safe, comfortable, or included by me, but I like for people to feel, um, like they have community, only because like I too know what it feels like to not have community and to feel like an ally. Like, in fact, I was talking to Julian about this earlier in the week, where I was just like, I do feel like I'm left out when I see pictures of
Yeah,
like people who get together and they're like hanging out, and I'm like, I'm within proximity. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And so like I understand what that feels like. And, of course, as a plus size person, like my hip size barely puts me in a lot of these sizes,
yeah,
and that's only after losing 100 pounds, right? So prior to losing 100 pounds, I was no place near it. And so, like,
yeah,
I know what it feels like to be like, ooh, I love this style. Let me just, as opposed to drafting it myself, let me just a la, Julian, just be like, oh, let's just see if I can find it pre-made because I feel like drafting it,
yeah,
and so I know what it feels like to have to pull that up. Um, but it doesn't feel good. And I don't like for other people to have that
yeah.
feeling.
And and I know we're running long, but I will finalize it by or try to finalize it by saying I'm okay with it also in the same breath.
Hmm.
It
Yeah.
sucks, but I'm okay with it. There's a group in Dallas that's 30 minutes away from me that does sew alongs and retreats and they get together, they have fun, they have parties. It's not for me.
Hmm.
And that's okay.
I want to go on record and say I don't think it's okay.
No, but it is okay because that's their demographic of
Yeah.
how they want to do that. I'm totally okay with it and I love the person that organized it. I reached out I was told that it's a women only event. Totally cool. Great. I did not know that. Thanks so much for letting me know. I wish you guys the best. Is there co-ed events? Yeah, we do have co-ed events, but only like a couple in a year. Great. Put me on the list. But I see them having fun, and I see the community, and I see the maker spirit of it all.
Yeah.
And I want to be more involved. But
Yeah.
that space is not for me.
Right.
And it's okay for it not to be for me. And I think that mentality is what some people are lacking.
Yeah.
Not
Everybody.
every
Yeah.
you don't deserve a seat at every table you visit. You just don't. I'm not allowed at certain tables. It's okay. It really is. And that is the honest truth. And the more I try to push myself into places that I feel like I belong in and I deserve to be there, what is that really saying about me and my work? Did
Or
I
your work.
or my worth? Did I push myself in because I believed that I needed to be in there?
Yeah.
Or was I invited because my work speaks for itself and they want to see me?
Yeah.
And I
So
think the
go ahead.
and I well I think that the more people try to demand
Mm-hmm.
that they be included simply for one reason,
Yeah.
you are not the two of y'all, but you are sacrificing a part of the craft that you don't realize that you're sacrificing.
Mm.
That's not why you got into this. That's not why we make clothes. We make clothes as a form of rebellion. It's protest. It's this. And to demand that protest be involved in every single space isn't really a protest then.
Mm.
Mm, yeah.
If you're demanding invitations to every table,
Yeah.
you're not really doing yourself a you're doing yourself a disservice by demanding invitations, by demanding all of this, all of and I can't think of the words, but we all know who we're talking about, the people that do this, because
Yeah.
it's like Julian said, it's being taken away from them.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
so they are angry that they're feeling what everybody else has been feeling for a while now.
Yeah.
And we're like, yeah, welcome to the club.
Right.
We're trying to fix it, but you keep blowing holes in it.
Mm.
Like,
Mhm.
stop
Mhm.
blowing holes in the ship, dude. You just got here.
So it definitely does seem, and I think, and what I'm hearing is that um you can take your toys and take them to where you want. And usually what is happening is that there are other people who gathered their toys as well. Find those people. And I
Mm-hmm.
think if you are
Yeah.
nice, and if I think if we come about with a spirit of curiosity and openness to learn, there allows for better connections, better discourse. And I think right now, because we are so closed off in so many different ways, we are
Yep.
losing those spaces of connection, especially at a time. I think literally, I think everybody is really trying to hold on to the small pieces that they have and
Mm.
Yes.
what feels safe for them, especially in a time of uncertainty. And honestly, let's be real about it. That is what sowing confusion and chaos looks like. They want to isolate you and separate you so that they
Mm.
can then get you kind of like an enemy and attack you essentially,
Mm-hmm.
mentally,
Yeah.
physically, emotionally, and creatively. By taking your creative outlets away, that then really helps to bring down your devices mentally, emotionally, and physically. Then you are at a way that you will then be willing to try different things and that are not your normal. So let's all remember, and this is not for just in our conversation, but also for the audience, that people are still out here and that there are still good people that
Mm.
Yes.
that are around. Like, be willing to talk, be willing to find the openness, be willing to find your connections that are there. And it may not be on the main stage that you already are, but usually there are so many different other options out there. And if you have questions, be willing to ask. Because a lot of times, now some of these Facebook groups are trash. Don't ask there.
Yeah.
But
They are.
most of us, we answer DMs. Like, ask a question if you
Yes.
are struggling or something like that. Feel free to ask. And then there are, and we might know people that we can connect you with in your areas, or that you
Mhm.
can find online or something like that. That then builds community. I think
Yep.
we are, especially at a time like this, community is what matters and what is important, because now it's less about only just building community. It's within those communities that we're seeing movement, and movement
Mhm.
is what brings lasting change. And
Yeah.
that's what we need. And we need to make sure that we have the movements ready to be mobilized and ready to go, especially as chaos continues to happen around us. Now more than ever, know that you are not alone, and that
Mm.
people are sometimes thinking the same way that you are. And if places don't seem to be fitting for you anymore, pick up your toys, pick
Pick
up your and go.
pick
Mhm.
it
It's okay.
up,
Yeah.
pick it up and keep it moving. If the place no longer serves you, you are more than welcome
Mm-hmm.
to unplant yourself and plant yourself somewhere else.
I think
Mm-hmm.
that's a beautiful sentiment.
By all means,
Yeah.
pick up yourself and go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like, you will, and I think as makers, in a broader blanket statement as to all the things that we talked about, we will make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
We will make mistakes. We will fuck up. We will say the wrong thing. We'll post the wrong thing. But if we can't go, ooh, that wasn't right, and here's a list of reasons why that was not right, and I apologize for this, and here's what I'm doing, because we
Mm.
all three know that an apology without change is not an
It's
apology at all.
manipulation. Manipulation.
Yes. And
Yeah.
if you say, well, I'm sorry you felt that way, well, you're not really sorry at
You're
all.
not sorry.
Right.
Come
So
on, Joey Swole.
you you have to be able to take the accountability and the action and go, you know what, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it's time for me to welcome other people into my space that have a different viewpoint, or this place does not serve me anymore. I think I'm going to go up and pick myself up and go somewhere else. Well, I hope you find what you were looking for.
Yeah.
Like,
And it's funny because like I feel like I disagreed with you before, but like now I'm just like, in actuality, I've always agreed with you. I just don't like how you say it because I don't want you to ever feel unincluded because I love you, right? But the truth of the matter is that I agree with you 100% because like the amount of brands that I just simply do not use anymore, not that I'm like, oh, don't support, but because I was like, oh, I'm not about to force a spot for me at this table. I'm gonna pick up and go someplace else
yeah,
because there's always open spots for us.
yeah,
And there's environments that will say, no, I actually built a specific spot for you here that you don't have to force your way in. And I think that it's important that we find those places like these two gentlemen that I'm surrounded with have stated, because that's the truth, right? There's always going to be a spot at somebody's table for us. And even if there isn't, it's always fine for us to build our own tables and to open up the spot and to say that you can sit with us until we say you can't. So,
and I try my best not to say that people
mm-hmm.
can't, but I will be the first one to tell you, and there will probably be DMs. I'm not everyone's favorite.
That's a lie. You're my favorite.
I know that for a fact. I'm not everyone's cup of tea, and there are sewing influencers are out there that'll probably listen to this and go, "Yeah, you're right. I don't like you."
Oh my God.
Great, cool.
I just think you're so funny and so
I ain't
lovely.
either. I mean,
We just
the people on this
there,
block list I'm on, Jesus, I feel honored.
but but all I did was go, this collaboration isn't serving me anymore, so I'm going to take my stuff. I'm going to leave.
Yeah.
That's
I
not
think that being
saying
able to do that takes a lot of maturity and a lot of security.
that's not stating that I don't like this person.
Right.
We just don't vibe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a an example of their work, of
Hmm.
their worth as a maker, of their business, of anything else. We just we just don't vibe.
Yeah.
And I think now we're trying to find community, so we're trying to reach out and see me, come over here, I need this.
Yeah.
And you're not for everyone.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be for everyone. You should be for the people that give you the ability to be your 100% self
Yeah. And honor who you are.
and
Yep.
see that and go, you know what? Yeah, you are really, really cool. I see you.
Yeah.
I learned that a lot when I moved here to Dallas. I I tried to throw myself at people,
Mm.
and I went out and I went to the bars and I went this and I tried to find friends and I thought I found friends, but as I was around them, I was like, no, I don't, we don't have anything in common.
Yeah.
And so I took myself out.
Yeah.
Greek exit, took myself out. I think people see that and they see malice behind it. It's not.
Chose you.
I'm choosing me,
Yeah.
and I'm sorry if that makes people feel bad, but
You're
it's
not
the truth.
sorry.
I no, but I can understand why people feel that
Yeah.
bad. I'm not that much of a narcissist that I'm like, I don't care what you think. No, I do, but I'm going to explain to you why I did the things that I
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
If you want me to explain them to you, but if you come to me with a defensive comment, then I'm not going to try to associate with you.
Right.
Hmm.
Right.
Or if you not a defensive, an offensive comment about why we don't talk, well, that says more about you than it does about me, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, long story short, y'all, if you are listening to this and you have any sewing questions or you need affirmation on your sewing projects, do not reach out. Do not be scared to reach out to Aaronica B. Cole, or as I love to call her, Aaronica B. Fabulous, Julian Collins of Julian Creates, or me, Francisco Mena at the Empty Bobbin Society, because the three of us are going to tell you, one, what it is, two, what it looks like, and three, what you're doing right with it.
Come on, what you're doing right. Yes.
And we will affirm
Hmm.
to the best of our ability. Julian, I'm looking at you.
Oh,
Ah!
come on here, Toss.
Clutching my pearls.
Clutching that beautiful hair that you have.
Oh,
I love your hair. Can we just say that?
listen, he threatened to cut it.
Don't you dare cut it.
It's I'm thinking for my 40th birthday, I might cut it. Yeah.
When are you 40?
I turn 40 next year.
Me too.
I know. Yeah. Like literally yours is in August, my birthday's in November. Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Are we
Well,
gonna go away? Are we gonna do like a group trip?
I was thinking about messaging you about going to Atlanta again.
Come on.
Look, y'all let me know.
But
Tell me when.
I
I'll
will
make
tell
time.
you, I was going to do something big, and I think me and my boyfriend are going to try to go to. Well, I was going to go to Florida, but not anymore.
Yeah, no, that's a hell no.
But as much as I love Disney and Epcot, I think I might go to California.
We should go to like Tokyo.
So right now
Talk-
I'm currently looking at literally going for a day trip to New York, like flying into New York to go to the Met and then flying back.
Let's do it. What day?
I was thinking about Chris, my boyfriend,
Hmm.
boyfriend of the pod, has been to New York, loves going, and so I was like, cool. Well, maybe let's look up some Broadway shows. We can see some
Yeah.
Broadway shows. We'll stay in this hotel that he likes to stay at. We'll make a good weekend out of it. So I think that's what we might be doing, and I think it might be maybe September-ish.
So I was
Maybe.
looking at September, October, but literally I'm not even trying, I'm not even staying a day. Like literally I timed it out and I can do a 12-hour turnaround for $400.
No.
I literally I have to go see the Dandy exhibit at the Met before it leaves.
No, and I do want to see the Dandy exhibit, and I do want to see the Met because again, I've never been to New York.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that's different. I have.
I
So, yeah.
I've never been. I've been to Florida, California, and Wisconsin and Tennessee
And
Yeah.
Atlanta.
and Atlanta. Sorry,
Yeah.
but that's
So
it.
Okay.
okay, that's different.
We're gonna
That's
get you,
different.
we're gonna get you to New York, okay?
Yeah, that's different.
Now,
Because you need to go
meanwhile,
shopping.
my boyfriend, half British,
Oh.
has been to Europe, to all of these places, and I was like, okay, well then when are we going?
I know that's
I
right.
mean, look, I just went on my first European trip in March. So there's that.
Well, he's also leaving me on my birthday to go to the UK for a wedding,
Well,
Um,
but it's fine. We've
okay,
already
he
talked about
owes you.
it.
He owes you. Yeah, he owes you New York.
No, he's getting me something nice.
Oh, okay.
tell him he better bring you back some authentic Liberty of London.
Yes.
Ooh, I do
Yeah.
have authentic Harris tweed from Scotland.
Oh
Okay.
wow.
Yeah. If
Okay.
if
But you need
long
Liberty
time
of
listen,
London silk for a corset. You need to let
Yeah.
him know. You need Liberty
yeah,
of
yeah,
London.
yeah.
Let me know
Uh
if you need my measurements.
if you oh
And mine too.
I have some good couture that I want to like break into for some corsetry.
If
Listen,
you want
I'll
to
send
make
you
me
my
a corset,
listen,
just
you
let
tell
me
me what
know.
you need, okay?
Because
Yeah.
I
I've
will
been
cinch
wanting to
this
make a
waist in
corset.
just for you. I'll get these titties high and mighty just for you, babe.
Yeah, I as I will mine. So all that I have.
Look, we can everything can
Yeah,
Everything. We can make
everything
it
lift.
happen.
lifted.
Just
Everything
lift.
lifted and looking right.
Yes.
Lifted, loved, and looking right. That's
Hmm
Look.
yes.
So I just want to say thank you so much for joining us. This has been amazing, and
Yes.
hopefully you enjoyed your time chatting with us and our chaos of yapping because that's all we do. We just yap.
Yeah. I hope you took something from it.
Absolutely.
I mean, even if you maybe
Yes.
didn't agree and you were yelling at your phone, like I hope you took something from it. My DMs are open if you want to talk about it.
Oh, he
And
said
ours
slide
are
on
too. Like,
in.
look,
Yeah.
let's we grown about ours, and we're gonna stand 10 toes down on this episode. So
Ooh,
if you could, let's start the discourse, and
let's start the
let's
discourse.
be adults and let's have a chat.
I said it, but I'm more than welcome to be wrong. Like I love being wrong. It's okay. That's how we grow as individuals.
Come on, come on, come on, growth, elevation. Let's
Yes,
go.
Yes.
growth. All right,
Mhm.
Julian, go ahead and take us home. Give us some quality words of wisdom. Listen, there were some gems dropped. So,
Look. So y'all, I think if nothing else from today, there are we want you to bloom as you are, who you are, where you're planted. And if where you're planted, be a pollinator and be willing to
mm,
move if it does not serve you and work for you. That's one of the great things that we have the power to do. So make sure that you are using your power that you have at your hands and know that you are not alone in anything. Feel free to reach out. Feel free to be yourself. Feel free to be wrong. Feel free to make mistakes because
Mm-hmm.
all of them there's no failure but to not do
mm,
most of the time. There's always a learning opportunity or something, but you can't learn anything if you don't try at first and
Yep.
don't. So
facts.
make sure that you're doing and be audacious in your doing. So if you want to be loud and wrong, be loud and wrong, but be willing to find different ways and different alternatives if you need to, and be willing to admit when they come to you. Now,
Mm-hmm.
if you want to be an ass, you can
Ooh,
just act, you can be loud and wrong and stay loud and wrong, and then you can look like an ass, and we'll let you know you're being an ass. But there are so many different alternatives. And if you want to build community and be ready for movement as it's coming at us at a pace that we have never seen before,
mm-hmm.
willing to be open, be willing to make mistakes, be willing to learn other people and laugh at yourself when you need to. Until next time, y'all, remember to stay audacious and stay creative. Till next time, bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.